Hello everyone, this is gonna be the Void with a very special game today. I was playing this game on my Smurf and well, look at this. If you look at the win ratio, hot damn, 88, 84 and 93. Anyways, here I am playing on my Smurf account. As you can see, this was a very special game. At the moment, when I was in the lobby, I didn't realize that there were good players here. I didn't recognize anything, but as you can see, these win rates and winning streaks, hot damn, Emilie also had a very nice thing. Hillary has a thing against Trump, but anyways, this game Emilie opened up with again a pre, so he really hated the pre, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna prove him wrong. I'm gonna show him that a premade won't always win. So I was really set on winning this. Here I was baiting out a savior from yellow. No luck, unfortunately. I intentionally placed myself in the bad concave for the savior, but no savior, so I got unlucky. But it can happen. Here I was very closely watching this place for any other saviors. But yeah, anyway, because of that bad concave, as you see, he has slightly better bounty than me. So yeah, I was really keen on winning this. You know, I was like full adrenaline mode, basically a huge part of the game. So yeah, here we go. And I was like, oh shit, Hellions. You know, I knew like, oh, Hellions, it's one of the most overpowered builds in the game, probably the easiest build in the game at the moment. So I knew like that sucked. I knew like I had to go sentries because I actually wanted to go infestor simply because that's even more strong, you know. And I was really set on. I was like so set on winning this game, like you have no idea. But yeah, so anyways, I was like, yeah, Hellions, they do double the damage versus heroes. That means they can kill my Fester fairly easily. So I decided to get sentries to counter the Hellions, and as you can see, go bam, brilliant, killed 2 Hellions right off the bat, so I was pretty proud of myself. Unfortunately, I got backed by Orange pretty hard, which sucked a lot, like, but I should have force fielded that part a bit earlier. But no luck, unfortunately. But yeah, anyway, using force fields, you know, force fields are really strong. Sentries is probably one of the only counters for Hellions when they are played well, you know. Simply because Hellions are so damn cheap. They only cost 125 minerals, and they are so strong, you know. If they are almost dying, you can just use you can morph them to Hellbot mode. Now I got my first upgrade, oh no, second upgrade. Yeah, started off with some merc damage, you know. Oh, that's not what I wanted to press. Started off with some merc damage. At the start in general, you always want to start with some merc damage and then later in the late game switch to marine damage. So yeah, here we go, rolling it out, you know. I immediately also got the other upgrade for more range on force fields and more resistance to ranged. Simply because, you know, more range on force fields equals, yay, equals more sniping of elites, and you can basically block those things. Here was kind of someone left the game for a lag or something. Someone was lagging if I remember correctly. I don't really remember. Anyway, here blocking is cutting the marines off from the zerglings. Pretty cool. Disaster. And here, as you can see, I'm doing really well on the bounty at the moment because sentries are just really strong. Probably the sentries are the next big thing, you know. At the moment it's kind of like Hellions and Infestors are the real big thing, but the next thing is most likely going to be sentries. Anyway, here Emilie doing really well picking off my 2 sentries. I didn't quite expect him to be able to pick off sentries like that, because with this lag and the huge mass, it's kind of hard to click on those small units with graviton beam. So I was like, whoa, this guy's got to be careful with that, got to keep that in mind, you know. At the start I didn't actually think that much of Emilie simply because he was complaining about the pre-made team. And if you're like someone who I need to, how do you call that? If you're someone who I need to keep in mind, then you're not going to be scared of, a pre-made team, you know. That means usually they aren't the best, so I wasn't that scared, but still, he was quite accurate with his graviton beams. As you can see, also, I asked my ally to leave here because 500 bounty and the rest has 1000 bounty, more than double. I knew my ally was going to feed. Here I saw phantoms, and I was like, this is going to be annoying. Gotta be careful with engaging the guy because phantoms will wreck specters. Specters only have, if I can click one, 5 range. Phantoms have 6 range. They are proof. Phantoms have 6 range, and the range, that one range is going to make all the difference. It basically means another row of phantoms will be attacking if you're attacking head on. So I knew I had to be very careful with engaging the guy. Yeah, I kind of wanted to dodge him also with Phoenix, but yellow was also not attacking me, you know. I can't just run in there. I can't just run in there right now because he would have the huge concave if I'd run in here. Plus all my units would be bunched up, making me excellent Hellion food. So I really wanted to engage him, but it was just so hard for me to do that, you know. So here I saw him go down and I knew like, yeah, this is the time. The time is now. Here, maybe I should have used even more force fields to cut the stuff off, but yeah, orange comes in. Kinda annoying. I see 4 bounty on the Zerglings, which means he morphed them to Cracklings, which means he's just basically a lame player who uses overpowered builds. He uses Cracklings, which are really stupidly overpowered, and his ally uses Hellions, which are also pretty overpowered, so yeah. I saw that huge mess and was like, ruh-roh, gotta get back, you know. Also huge lag spike. But unfortunately that ended up feeding yellow a lot. As you can see, the bounty before this engagement was about 2,000, now it's gonna be 2,800, so that was like so good for yellow. I was like, oh damn, this is gonna be bad. Anyway, now Molifer also left, which was pretty good actually, because this means like top right and bottom left will have to, if they want to attack each other, it has to be somewhere where I can see, you know, because they'll have to get by me unless they're gonna attack all the way over here somewhere, you know, on this part of the map. So I was actually pretty happy about this, you know. Oh, look at that! I just I saw that ghost and it was so sick. Oh man, this is gonna be hard. I might fail here actually with the replay. Whoopsie. But yeah, anyway, they leave, so I was really happy about this, you know, even though my ally was going to be total feed for them, it was still going to be pretty good. So here I needed to know also, by the way, who kills the command center. That's fairly important. If yellow would have killed the command center, I could have left immediately, because that 1,000 bounty at this stage in the game is irrecoverable. Here I see the ghost. As you can see, you see a slight wiggle over here. I saw that during the play just now. I scanned and bam, I killed it like a boss, you know. I was so proud of myself at that time. I was like, whoa, super cool. And I was kind of rubbing it in, you know. I was actually kind of hoping he would accuse me of map hacks, but nah. But yeah, I was lucky I spotted that though. I was just looking at the right time. It doesn't happen that often to me. And anyway, now I got a ghost simply because those Phoenix were getting pretty annoying, you know. So I decided like camp the thing over here and then use double EMP on the Phoenix. But unfortunately, due to a lot of lag, I wasn't able to EMP the Phoenix there. Anyway, fairly large engagement. Gotta be big careful with those phantoms because they're very dangerous. Here with the force fields, I feel like I can engage them, but orange is coming out to back me, you know. And I was like, I really wanted to retreat in base, but my ally was in the way, which was really annoying. So yeah, yeah, the Lings come in. It doesn't have the best attacking position, orange, simply because of my force shields. You know, the force shields blocked him from surrounding my entire army, or any yellow's army. So yeah. Anyway, here we go. Here I tried to EMP them, but it was so hard. You know, I'm already really bad at EMPing. And here I was lucky, didn't pick off my sentry, really lucky. So yeah, I should have EMP'd the other Phoenix as well, but to no avail, unfortunately. I don't know why, it's just so hard for me to EMP this. And yeah, here we go. At this point in time, Emilie was ahead of me. And well, yeah, those Hellions were still being really annoying. Like, my problem was like I couldn't really engage Emilie because of the Phoenix, and I also couldn't really engage Hillary because of the Hellions. You know, they were gonna wreck me if I wasn't careful. Here, nice killing the Marines. You know, I was like, not really happy with my ally because he only had 3 games. He only played 3 games in total. You know. I asked him to leave and he wasn't doing that, and as you can see he's just, you know, not doing very good. Here I decided to rebuy the sentry simply because the Hellions are still alive. Also, one really annoying thing is they are really adamant this game about getting the rocks. And look at this. The money, that was so bad of me, stacking my units like that for the Hellion. I was, oh, screw that. I was pretty pissed about that. I was so dumb there, stacking my units like that. You know, so yeah, here Temple Zealots, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be a problem, you know. I mean, if Phantom versus Phantoms, I had confidence in, you know, that I would win that, but Temple Zealots are so good with their Hardened Shield, I'm not gonna be able to damage that at all, so yeah. was so annoying, them being so adamant about the towers and also those Hellions. So annoying. But yeah, here we go again. Here I saw the time warp, so I knew they were engaging, but I didn't have any scans or anything, so this is why I decided to get a radar tower. And why is my camera not moving? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so Emilie got quite a lot of bounty, you know. I think Emilie's goal was more to just engage Disaster, because Disaster would feed him fairly well, because, well, his bounty is so ridiculously low at this point in time. I was kind of afraid of the Phoenix though. My plan was just double EMP and kill them, but this proved to be harder than I thought. He kept his Phoenix at a distance from my Ghost the whole time. And when he didn't keep his distance, the problem was that there was such a huge army that I just couldn't hit the stuff due to the lag, you know. Yeah, could have been better engaged force field there, but hey. Units on the high ground were wrecking me, so I wanted to retreat a bit, but I just realized that they were on scan rate, so I wanted to engage it, but the scan ran out, unfortunately. So yeah, here we go. Actually, I can do this. Ooh, fancy. Them the replay tricks, yo. So yeah, here, ooh, those force fields were better, you know. Why did he lift that Marine, I wonder? He didn't even see that. Maybe one thought he saw a Hellion. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, I'm deciding to grab the North Watchtower quite a lot, and this one, the West Tower, I didn't quite engage. Here, I double EMP them. I think I only hit one EMP, but I should have killed the Phoenix there, but I didn't, unfortunately. Anyway, as you can see, what I was saying was, I was pretty adamant about getting the North Tower and not really much the West Tower, simply because the Phoenix will give high ground vision, so every time it walks by, it will kill the guy at the tower anyway, you know, so that was kind of my thought. Yeah, I was like, come on, Hillary, attack me, I want to kill your Hellions, you know, trap him. But nope, he's just pretty happy with attacking my ally. Look at the bounty of my ally and the bounty of Hillary. Look at how you should compare the two, how much they rise, you know. I mean, you can see that they're not doing too great. Here, I force shielded a chunk of the army. Also wanted to kill the Hellions, but nah, no avail. And oh, I did kill the Phoenix there. As you can see, double EMP for the win, you know. I also, as you can see, I got 3 damage upgrades for my hero simply because EMP would deal more damage, so I could kill the Phoenix more easily. In the end, I didn't quite end up killing my Phoenix a lot. And yeah, here at this point in time, I got like 7 damage upgrades for my Phantoms, and I decided it was time to switch off to Marines. Because I knew I had a slight advantage, you know. I wasn't doing the best, but I also wasn't doing the worst, so I knew that in the end you always have to transition to Marines, simply because Marines are the go-to unit in the late game, you know. So I decided, and you have to always just decide. Yeah, you have to just always decide when do you want to transition into Marines. Now I thought the time was now, simply because now I was training fairly well versus everyone's army, you know. And yeah, basically I thought like if it's now or never, you know. It's got to be really precise, this timing, actually. If you switch too late, then he'll just wreck your army, you know, before you can. And by the time you transition into Marines, they already have 6 ranged Marines and will wreck yours, you know. And it's going to be really hard to come back from that. And if you just transition too early, then your mercenary won't do any damage. Here I saw the Fester, and I was like, ruh-roh, that's going to be... at first I thought that was going to be nice ghost food, you know. I thought like, well, he's keeping his Fester on board the entire time, that's going to be good. So yeah, here I was like, I got a scan for that. He immediately moved back, which totally sucked. Otherwise I would have killed it. But well, I guess with the win rate that he had, it's to be expected that he wouldn't just suicide his Fester there. I was kind of bummed out about that. As you can see, in this game I'm gonna be really, really bad with the Ghost. I don't think I will be able to kill the Fester a single time with the EMP, which totally sucked. I'm really bad with the Ghost, you know. It's just like, it just totally sucks, you know, my Ghost play. I'm really bad with that. And here I managed to pick it up and kill my Ghost. And here I had an extreme amount of lag. That force field there, I actually planted that so the Lings wouldn't surround me. But as you can see, the force field was way too late simply because the lag was so bad at this point in time, you know. I just had like, well, less than 1 FPS and everything was happening like 8 seconds later. So I was so yeah, the force fields didn't land at all. But yeah. But yeah, as you can see, this Ghost, I'll lose it a couple of times, and it was like, my ally has to leave. If I look at the bounty, 1,000 minerals, 1,000, you know, against 6,000, 5,000 or 4,000, it's just gonna be very bad, you know. So I was like really hoping he would leave the game, otherwise I wouldn't be able to win this. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, I decided I had to remake the ghost, yeah, because the Fester would wreck me. The Fester would just kill all my phantoms, you know. Phantoms 8 minerals each, which make them a very juicy target for the Fester. And here, yeah, as you can see, look at that. I'd hoped to be able to trap the Fester there, but no luck, unfortunately. Here, purple comes to back pink, but I don't know what I have with pink. Anyway, he came to back orange, but not quite so. As you can see, he's killing the compound of my ally with his lings, and I really needed the compound to die because my ally, I was thinking like if he kills the compound, that means less feed for, yeah, that just basically equals less feed for the other teams, you know, and I thought it was the only way to win at the moment, at the point in time. It's going to be impossible. Like within playing versus pre-made games, it's going to be really, really hard to win with a feeder ally. Yeah, almost borderline impossible, you know, with this these win rates. So yeah. Anyway, what am I doing at this slow speed? Not much action going on. I placed my ghost there because I kind of lured out the Fester. But he was so lucky there. He lifted my ghost at the exact right time. Was really lucky there. Should have been McCraffle, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't have predicted that as well. But this also meant at the time I didn't have enough money to rebuild the ghost, and that basically meant that I would be vulnerable to the Fester. You know. Luckily, after this engagement, I did have enough money to rebuy the ghost finally. Or yeah, maybe not finally, but yeah. Anyway, I was planning to lure out the Fester, but it totally didn't work out, as you can see. Here, blocking the Fester, the lings, I didn't want them to engage my ally because, well, no money for them, I guess. But my ally rebought Marauders. As you can see, the Fester just doing so much damage to my army, it sucks. But here, through the fog of war, as you can see, you saw the Graviton beam, you saw the Fester die. So I was like, alright, then my chance to strike is now. Because I knew he had a hero, so my units were far superior in upgrades, you know. So I could engage his army without any problem if the Fester was dead. But, well, I didn't cancel the ghost because I knew, like, the Fester is going to be revived anyway. It's a pretty logical thing to do. So yeah, orange spam scanning me, apparently. Didn't quite notice that. And here I was like, I kind of want to engage him, but the problem is he has so much mass. He has way more mass than me, plus he has the Temple Zealots, which really suck. The Temple Zealots are really strong versus Phantoms because of that damn hardened shield. And Phantoms deal absolutely no splash damage at all. So yeah, anyway, here we go. A large Ling attack. He's focusing on light blue simply because he wants to kill. He wants to feed on my ally. And as you can see, it works out pretty nicely. And yeah, the Fester enters the field again. I was really adamant about grabbing the tower, and I was also really adamant about killing the Fester. But it's hard. It was really hard with this guy. It was super annoying. Normally it's not this, normally people aren't that adamant about grabbing the tower, you know. But this game they sure as hell were, which was super annoying. I should have placed my ghost actually on the high ground here to be able to EMP the Fester. But I didn't. Dun 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 dun. And here I was kind of baiting, actually. I was standing here intentionally because I was kind of baiting the Fester, but he didn't fall for it, unfortunately. I was hoping he'd go here, you know, and then try and fungal my army so I could EMP it. But no luck. As you can see, I keep trying this. But also, this guy blocks me, and I was like, oh snap, this is going to be really, 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 really bad. And here, I was totally busy moving my army back that I couldn't even EMP the Fester here. Totally didn't hit it, which sucked. I really had to kill it there, but no luck, unfortunately. And I knew the Fester was going to be a huge problem, because Fester is so damn overpowered. Anyway, yeah, here I should have EMP'd the Phoenix, but I kind of also wanted yeah, it was just really hard for me, you know, with the lag, and Ghost is not my strong suit, and I don't know why, but for some reason I just always keep missing EMPs. Not just in this game, just in general, you know. So Grim Reaper, if you're watching this, don't be abusing this against me. I know you're watching this. But yeah, so yeah, it was really hard for me. I also want to kill the Phoenix a lot more than I currently am, but it's just not happening. And Yellow's army is so good feed, but the problem is that Fester will kill my army, my entire army, and I wasn't that confident in my EMPs, you know, so I had to just take it easy. Here, well, oh, I wanted to block the entire passage, but I failed, so I had to use another force field. Here I move my Ghost a bit to the front intentionally because I want to EMP the Fester, but that didn't happen because Purple was backing me, was flanking me so hard, and that sucked. And as a result of that, I had to move back, and he was able to fungal, and he was still able to fungal my army, which was like, I was like, I was really not happy at that point in time, you know. Anyways, let's take a look at my upgrades. As you can see, in attacking Marines, you know, I got one weapon speed a bit earlier. I got the weapon speed and not the range simply because there was a lot of melee on the map. So I decided, yeah, why not just get one weapon speed upgrade and let's start with that, you know, and see what happens. And we'll see from that. And here I had 1860 minerals. So like, gotta kill that, but green blocked my way. So it's like, that sucked. Gotta just grab my tower before I'm gonna buy it, you know, because with the tower I can see if anyone's standing there. So it's like, alright, the time is now, you know, gotta send a Phantom, right? Oh no, wait, first I want to grab that tower. But that didn't happen. And also Yellow decided to get the North Tower. I was busy with the other tower, which totally sucks. So I was like, yeah, I gotta go with my Phantom, but nope, denied. That was my second time, so like, third time is the charm or something, but nope, then when Yellow was there. So I was really pissed off about this, like they're as if they were both just trying to prevent me from grabbing that thing, you know. So it's like, screw the towers, I'm just gonna go in, scan, and here as you can see I got, or actually apparently can't see, I got all the range and all the weapon speed except for one. Here I saw the hybrid destroyers, by the way, I saw them in the corner on my screen, so I knew what was coming. But I didn't actually have to do anything about that because I got EMP from the Ghost. And Phantoms, they are, if played well, they trade pretty good versus the hybrid destroyers. You know, if you move in a lot, then they'll do good. But if you're gonna have a bad engagement versus the destroyers, they will totally destroy you because of the pretty huge splash that the destroyers have. In my opinion, destroyers are like a really solid unit. It's a really strong one, you know. It's pretty good versus everything, I would say, you know, because of the large splash. And the thing is, they only get hard countered by crawlers and immortals, and both aren't played super well. Immortals at the moment are played fairly, or both aren't played a lot. Immortals are kind of played a lot recently because of the pretty strong patches, but yeah. Here I was like, snap, gotta block the links, but it was way too late, and that also didn't happen. Here I was like selecting my Ghost, moving it back because I thought it wasn't the fungal units, and I just couldn't do anything with the lag at this point in time, you know. I was like, damn. So here I'm gonna get the last weapon speed, and I got it. Oops, no one to block me there. So yeah, and the game goes on, you know. Here, pretty nice force fields. I was still kind of scared of the Phoenix lifting my stuff, but he didn't. And also, it seems like orange / dark green got backed by top right. You could see that through the radar tower, you know. This here is yeah, basically tells me what's happening. It's telling its own story, so to say. So yeah. Anyway, from here on out, it was like, gotta tech the Marines, you know. Got 900 minerals, and I think I'm spending this on upgrades, right? I don't know. I wasn't too busy with upgrades this game. I'm more like scanning a lot. As you can see, I got a radar tower purely for the reason of scanning, and also I upgraded to a support tower. And like, I think for almost every time I only used the scan. Here I wanted to double EMP and kill it, but I sucked. I only hit one, unfortunately, which was really bad of me. So yeah, you know, that fungal, it was just wrecking my army, and I wasn't killing the Fester at all, so I knew I was going to be in huge problems, and that even though he only has 9,000 bounty, you know, a Queen Fester will definitely negate the bounty difference, because he'll be able to kill my entire army, you know, and in the end the army is what keeps you alive. Here I try to block his shop, you know, try to block him from from buying the gas. Not sure if I actually did that. I knew like he was going Fester or Queen Fester because I was buying it a lot, and that's why I wanted to negate the tower. Here Orange comes and tries to back us with his stupidly overpowered cracklings. Man, it was so hard. I almost lost a sentry. The sentries there due to the lag was like so intense for me at the moment. With all the lag, I couldn't do anything, you know. So here was like, oh, this large mass, I really need to mass up. Without mass, I'm dead as a dodo. So yeah, gotta attack that, and he managed to kill the compound. Finished it off. Orange scans and sees like, oh, there's almost no mass here, so I'm gonna just go, you know. Here I set myself up in the corner of the base for the nice concave, and using that damn sweet force fields to save my compound. Pretty pro, even if I say so myself. So yeah, orange scans again, guess for another mass. And here I wanted to grab the tower, and I was kind of afraid that the dot on the minimap was the Fester, but nope, the Fester is there. And as you can see, I fail again with my ghost. But the worst part is he managed to leech my ghost, so all the energy from the ghost went to the Fester. That was the worst part of that. Meaning I wouldn't have EMP, and he would have plenty of fungals for now. So yeah, also sudden death is approaching slowly but surely. I totally didn't realize at this point in time though that sudden death was near. Here I didn't quite want to engage green because I also didn't quite want to disturb orange. I wanted orange to snipe the compound of green. Not quite sure if he ever did that actually. No, he didn't probably. And here the Fester, as you can see. Those phantoms are 8 minerals each, meaning he's gonna get a ton of money, like millions of money. And also from this, that was so bad, you know. I mean, Ghost just didn't have any energy. I think, did he get leeched again there or something? No, I used EMP there, if I remember correctly, some small time ago, so I didn't have the energy to EMP the guy again. So yeah, that totally sucked. Anyway, here I got Planetary Fortress. I knew like we were in a tight spot, so to say. You know, we could get rushed at any second. My allies' units are basically worthless. You know, I knew who was going to be feed, and well, as you can see, my allies' units are going to be basically worthless. And if they just decide to come rushing in everyone at once, then we are as good as dead. You know. So I decided to make Planetary Fortress, and the added benefit of Planetary Fortress is kind of a hidden game mechanic. It has 50 more energy than a command center, so that means a bit more scanning, you know. Anyway, here are nice force fields, even though I see some myself. Here, scared of the Phoenix, can't really EMP them because at this point in time, like now it's a bit less laggy actually than it was in the actual game itself. In the game itself, the lag was even more, you know, even worse. So I couldn't EMP that stuff. And also a small while ago the Queen Fester was morphed, and I knew there was going to be a huge problem. That's also a reason I didn't I wasn't quite sure I wanted to kill the Phoenix, because I wanted the Phoenix to lift the Queen up, you know, with the Graviton Beam and kill it. There he killed my unit, which was at the shop, but it didn't actually make me deselect the shop, which I was like lucky. Because if you select the shop the enemy has selected, then it becomes then you're gonna own it, and he will get deselected, if you will, you know. And I really wanted to medevac, because at this point in time I felt like, yeah, I'm never gonna be able to counter the Queen. I'm not gonna be able to afford a Nova or anything. So my only chance was to rush his base with a medevac, and that was my thoughts behind this. But nope, not really happening. Here I needed to get some. I needed to get some Zergling kills, you know, and I needed to move back a lot for the Queen Fester, because I knew the Queen Fester was just gonna wreck me. Yeah, and also I need to kind of defend this light blue a bit for not feeding too much. Here I try to move my ghost forward a bit to EMP the Queen, but yeah, here I did EMP it once, But the thing with Queen is, it has so much energy. What he could actually do, if he was actually a good player, he could have leached the support tower. It's not a lot of energy, but at least it's 50 energy, which is at least a fungal. Or it's gonna be almost a fungal. But yeah, as you can see, even without that, he just leached everything, and that was just so good for him. Here I was like, yeah, I gotta do the saviors now or never, you know. I already counted my ally at 0 saviors, so I was gonna be safe from that. I should have scanned there actually to kill the Phoenix. And also, I didn't quite realize I still had the medevac full of units, you know, in the top. So I was kind of in a peculiar situation here. I was like, gotta hold on. Yeah, he is now pretty proud that he managed to kill my entire base, you know, with that stupid queen. As you can imagine, I was really angry at that queen. Here my ally decided to leave, and I was so happy because this meant no more feed. And I just saw the medevac just now, and I realized like, hey, wait, I have way more units than the ones in my base, you know. Or was it this time I realized I still had a medevac, so I was like, gotta unload to defend this, you know. And suddenly I had a million more mass, but he managed to kill my sentry nevertheless, which sucked. I don't know, in everything that was going on, I don't think I quite could have done that. And here, I wanted to recall the tanks and sentry as soon as I bought them, but I had no energy, so it was really dangerous actually to have bought them. I was lucky they didn't die. And yeah, I needed the siege tanks because I knew if he would come rushing by, you know, and with the queen, I would be dead as a dodo. So I just needed to buy the siege tank. Also, as you can see, I bought the range upgrade. I didn't actually need to buy the range upgrade just yet, but in the end, you would want to get the range upgrade for +2 range instead of +1 range. And or actually, that's not entirely true. What you want, ideally, is that that either you or your ally buys the +2 range upgrade, and your ally or the other guy buys the +1 range upgrade. Simply because you at least need one siege tank with range, you know, to counter other siege tanks. Here, pro dropping, killing the Hellion, although it was also kind of a bit retarded play by him. His Hellion out in front like that. But yeah, Emilio goes to complain a bit more, or Emily goes to complain a bit more about how premade teams are overpowered, and I kind of agree with him. Like, premade teams, yeah, they are overpowered, but Hillary makes a valid point. It's a team game, no reason to play without a mate. And I was like, yeah, even though I agree with Emily, I also agree with Hillary. It's entirely true what he says, you know. Anyway, I bought double Phoenix because I knew that was the only chance to kill the queen. I wasn't quite sure how well the double Phoenix would work though, because he was quite a good player, you know. So anyway, we gotta slow this down for a bit better FPS. Even this is still bad. Look at this. I feel like I'm playing on even slower now. But yeah, here the lag was so bad, you know. I was like, gotta do all that Guardian Shield, do that everything. Also, I was really late to realize that there was a ghost there. I didn't even realize that until halfway through the engagement, so I tried to click it and cloak it, you know, but through the lag, I only managed to select it at the end of the game, or at the end of the engagement, which was really dangerous. I was lucky I didn't lose it there. Orange could have easily focus fired it down. But yeah, I don't know. Here, I'm gonna scan this base. I want to see what's up. I saw the bounties rising, you know, so I was like, hey, what's up? And I also my main goal for this scan was actually to see if he had a planetary fortress or not, which he didn't, and that was a very big mistake by him. You should always get a planetary fortress when playing versus good players. And here I was like, oh yeah, I won, you know. I was so happy about that. I totally didn't expect to win this. And I was full of testosterone. I was like, yeah, gotta win versus that premade team, you know, because Emily at start said it was impossible to win versus premade team. So yeah, now it's just a matter of holding middle, holding the towers, and all that stuff. I was really lucky though. Emily managed to kill the most of the top right's army. Otherwise, with the queen around, we never would have won, you know. It sucks because queen basically has no counters, because like Ghost or Nova, I can just fungal and leech. Phoenix, I can just fungal and leech, you know. Every counter to the queen can just be fungal and leeched, actually, which makes it super strong. Like, if played at the highest level, it's yeah, just unkillable, you know. So yeah, a lot of chat going a lot of chat in here. Was like, I was able to grab all towers and middle, so I knew this was gonna be stellar for me. And yeah, I was like so full of adrenaline and all that stuff. I was really happy, you know, winning this. I had to move back my medevac for the Phoenix. Don't want to lose it for no reason. And here are the tanks come in handy as well. I really despise tanks, actually. I really hate them, but sometimes this is really the only way to win. And I was really like, I wouldn't have used them, but you know, I was so keen on winning this. The most dangerous team was dead, so I was determined to finish their job no matter the means, you know. I didn't actually plan on casting this also at the time of playing, but hot damn. This ended up being such an epic game, and I want to prove to you guys, to everyone, like, even though people are in a premade, that doesn't mean the game is already lost, you know? Like, Emilie's mindset, a lot of people have that, like, oh, it's a premade team, the game is already lost, you know? But as you can see, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. If you just choose the good counter, if you choose the correct counters, as you can see, GG well played. It was an extremely nice game, you know? But anyway, if you choose the right counters, you know, if you choose the then in the end you're going to be able to win. Sure, there's a lot of games which are impossible to win simply because, well, for example, if the team goes cracklings and his ally if the pre-made team goes cracklings and air, then it's going to be extremely hard, you know. It's going to be extremely hard to counter because Goliaths will counter the air, but the cracklings will counter the Goliath. So that's a really strong tactic. But for the most part, like in this game, for example, when they don't synergize very well, it is very possible. I've also killed the Raiden and another guy and he was also teamed with another MGR guy. I was able to kill them simply because they didn't synergize at all. I went Goliaths and I ended up feeding a lot, you know. But moral of this game: don't give up. Always go through and never give up, never surrender. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this game in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.